What's up, guys? It's Veteran, and we've got some CTF on Stand Earth, and this was a pretty fun gameplay for me. I barely go positive, but I think I have like 4 or 5 flag caps. I think it's 4, and it was just nuts, the amount of back and forth until we finally pull away. But this will not be my final league play game, nor was my other one, so we're just going to go ahead and talk about why Black Ops 2 is one of the best Call of Duties I think that's ever been made, and we're going to talk about my ranking for Call of Duty now that my rankings of Call of Duty now that Black Ops 2 is in the bottom of its life cycle. It's basically over. Everybody's trying to get the new Ghost, which comes out in 9 days now or something. Not 9, like 11. Who knows? Who cares? Anyways, so basically we're going to start off with the worst Call of Duty I think that I've had the pleasure of playing, and that's going to be Call of Duty World at War. It was just not handled very well. I didn't like the way it moved, but like some of the guns were cool. Single shot rifles were fun. Some of the SMGs were cool, but the MP40 was the most OP gun ever. So I didn't really care that much for for World at War. It was all right. It was, you know, cool. It was basically Call of Duty 4 with a different skin. Nothing really changed except for like second chance. You could revive people all the time. So I didn't like it in that regard. But World at War would be the least favorite Call of Duty out of all the Call of Duties I've played. The second Call of Duty, or you know, maybe let's see. There's been I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6 Call of Duties. Number 5 out of 6 is going to be Modern Warfare 2. And I'm sure there's a few of you out there that are like raging your balls off right now, like, oh my god, MW2 is the greatest game of all time. I'm going to give you my criteria for why I didn't care for it. In, you know, public games, it was awful. It was god-awful. The nuke was cool, but people camped for nukes. People boosted. People used danger close, one-man army, noob tubes, commando lunging. You guys have all heard it from me before. It was just bad. I never really played any competitive stuff until a little bit of MW3 and then Black Ops 2, so I can't judge it in terms of, you know, how good it was competitively or how fun it was competitively. I was actually watching some the pro players play some MW2 like Demolition last night, so I really don't know how it played competitively, but I didn't care for MW2. I felt like it was a long grind for me. Getting to level like 80 or 70, whatever it was super high. And at the same time, it was just a grind, and there were so many losers playing the game, playing like D-bags. That's where quickscoping really started to take off. It started in CoD 4, but MW2 it like skyrocketed into you know, the greatest atmospheres for quickscoping of all time. So I really did not care for MW2 in that sense. So that's why MW2 is number 5 for me. Number 4 will be MW3, and this may come as a surprise to some people, but MW3 still had a lot of those really annoying factors to it, like Dead Man's Hands. You still had Martyrdom. What was it? Juice? I can't remember what the other death streaks were because I blocked them out.
Oh my god!
And what a huge play! Look at that! I freaking kill the flag carrier, grab our flag, and bail, even though I do lose the flag. That was such a clutch play, and such a clutch moment. We're up only 1-0, and that pretty much, you know, probably demoralized them. I remember hearing the little kids on the other team raging. But back to the discussion at hand. MW3 is number 4. Like I said, death streak sucked. Support streak sucked. Getting a stealth bomber for nothing, like literally just, you know, running around doing dumb stuff. And then if you ever wanted to like play in public matches against people, we did like clan wars of like 6v6 or 9v9, like in public matches or whatever. And they weren't like set up, but basically like we'd get into a party of 9, and they'd get into a party of 9. We'd be in the same lobby, and what we do is basically whoever got the first EMP basically won, because once you got that first EMP, you'd hear like 5 more EMPs go off as soon as your teammates got them, because they lasted for a minute. They basically rendered the other team poopy, and it was bad. I did not care for MW3 in that sense. The gun balance wasn't terrible. There were some pretty unusual guns like the PM9 or whatnot, but overall wasn't terrible, but just not that great. The next Call of Duty that's going to take my 3 spot is going to be Black Ops numero uno. And I've heard a lot of pros say that Black Ops 1 was like the best competitive game, but again, I didn't really play any Black Ops 1 competitively. I didn't see too much about it. But Black Ops 1 for me had everything I needed. You know, really good SMGs. It had pretty good assault rifles. I know a lot of people are like, it's all an assault rifle game, but the AK-74U was pretty good. The MP5K was pretty good. So I really liked using Black Ops 1, all the guns in that game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked using the LMGs too. Black Ops 1 for me was sick. With the introduction of the Blackbird, the SR-71, and a whole bunch of other kill streak mechanics. There was Second Chance, which sucked, and some other dumb things, but I really liked Black Ops 1, and I was kind of sad when it finally ended, and now I heard it's being hacked, which is makes me even more sad, but it was a good time for me. The number 2 Call of Duty, I'm actually still kind of unsure as to which Call of Duty I'd put at 1 and 2, but for right now I'm going to put Black Ops 2 at number 2, and the reason is just because like I love Call of Duty 4 so much. Which is not like a bad thing against Black Ops 2, but you know, I played some competitive stuff in Black Ops 2 with like league play and some like minor scrimming, but the normal multiplayer was great. Point streaks, you know, instead of normal kill streaks, no support, no death streaks. It's really a game that works well for me. Spawning was a little weird at first getting used to, but like the MSMC feels like a gun that like I can just handle it, and it doesn't feel overpowered because I see people trash me with a Scorpion or get me at long range with an M8 or an AN. Same thing with like the M8, like sometimes you get one burst, a lot of times you don't, but in like close ranges you can get beat out by a Scorpion or an MSMC or even AN-94. The sniping was actually pretty manageable for most cases. I could quickscope with the ballista, not so well the DSR once they nerfed it a little bit. But overall, you know, just a very well-balanced game. I enjoyed it. I don't enjoy the people that play it for the most part. The people are what ruin it for me. But overall, the game is awesome. You know, you can take down kill streaks really fast. It was a little bit of a fail on my part. I was afraid they were going to come back here, but took out the LMG to take down that stealth chopper and then fail on this kill miserably. I hit start. I probably could have killed him and poop. But, you know, Black Ops 2, really solid game. Good kill streaks, good point streak system, good class modifications. Just a few of the, you know, normal dumb stuff like target finders, like stupidly overpowered LMGs that have no recoil if they're used correctly. And, you know, like the FAL was a little bit of a balanced nightmare, but you can still find ways around most of these things. And finally, last but not least, the favoriteest COD for me, COD 4. I just had so much fun playing that game. Loved it. Couldn't get enough of COD 4. It was just, you know, the greatest game for me. I loved it. It got me into Call of Duty. Yes, it was very unbalanced in terms of like the MP5 and the M16 were like the #1 go-to weapons. There were some inconsistencies, but overall I had a lot of fun playing the game. It's probably actually my least played Call of Duty except for World at War. I played every other Call of Duty more than COD 4. But that was when I was a COD noob, and I've still, you know, people are still playing COD 4 because they love it. And I'm sure people are playing the other games as well, but Call of Duty 4 was just like my favorite. And I guess, you know, maybe as time goes on, I'll reflect a little bit more on Black Ops 1 and 2, and you know, maybe Call of Duty 4 will drop because of balancing and whatnot, and competitiveness, because I never got to play COD 4 competitively. But the game I had the most fun was definitely COD 4, followed up by Black Ops 2. I'm actually sad that Black Ops 2 is leaving us, but this is not my final Black Ops 2 gameplay. We're going to do a few more before Ghost pops up. I am going to upload this video today. Today is Friday the 25th. I get to work 12-hour shifts all weekend, and then I'll be back to having my normal schedule. But anyways, game's about to wrap up because someone quit, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the game here. But we do win the game 5-1. Veteran, leave your thoughts on what your favorite Call of Duty is, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.